This video was entirely created with the support of artificial intelligence, including images, voice, and narration.
Are forces acting on your money long before you touch it. Not opinions, not motivation, not discipline. Forces. Think in arrows. First arrow, fixed expenses. Rent, utilities, insurance, internet. They don't care how your month went. They don't ask if income was lower, if motivation was high, if life was heavy. They simply pull. Every month, the same direction. Predictable, relentless. Silent. Second arrow, credit, credit cards, installments. Buy now, pay later. Pre-approved limits, quietly waiting. They don't show up when everything is calm. They don't appear when your system is working. They appear exactly when cash flow tightens, when timing is bad, when attention is low, when stress is high. Third arrow, frictionless consumption. Small monthly payments that don't feel like spending. Subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. Automatic charges that require no decision at all. Now stop for a second. Look at the drawing. The system doesn't wait for you to decide, it decides first. Most people think the problem is lack of control, but control was never really offered. The most common mistake is trying to organize money at the end of the flow. When there's time left, when there's energy left, when, maybe, there's money left. That moment almost never comes. Because by the time you're ready to get organized, the arrows already did their job. Bills already pulled. Credit already absorbed the gap. Consumption already happened quietly in the background. People try to fix the outcome instead of touching the structure. But those who truly understand the system do the opposite. They act at the beginning of the mechanism, before money becomes a bill, before it becomes an installment, before it becomes consumption. It's the difference between trying to control a flood and redirecting a river at its source. You don't fight water after it spreads. You shape its path before it accelerates. Organizing money the right way is not about cutting coffee, canceling joy, or turning life into deprivation. That's a moral narrative, and morality is weak against systems. Real organization is structural. It's about changing the order of the arrows. Income, separation, survival, consumption. Not consumption first. Not credit as a bridge. Not hope as a plan. The current financial system wasn't designed to reward effort. It was designed to reward positioning. That's why so many people work harder every year and feel like they're moving slower. More effort, more hours, more exhaustion, less clarity, less margin, less peace. This isn't bad luck. It isn't personal failure. It's architecture. People who understand the system don't try to outwork it. They position themselves before the machine starts spinning. And 2026 is just a number on the calendar. But it can be the first year you stop reacting and start occupying space inside the structure. There is a very specific point where almost everyone loses money, time, and energy without even noticing. It's the friction point, the collision between the system's automatic flow and the human attempt to control it manually. Money exits fast, decisions arrive late, salary hits on a specific day. Bills were already scheduled before that day arrived. Credit limits were already defined months ago. Algorithms already predicted your behavior. The system charges the toll before you even realize you entered the road. And that toll is not just interest. It's attention. It's mental energy. It's living in constant financial firefighting mode. Every month looks the same. I'll organize things when there's something left. I'll fix it next month. I just need one good cycle. But the leftover only appears after the machine finishes spinning, and usually nothing is left. Here comes the uncomfortable question. If this friction is so common, if so many people experience it, why does almost no one talk about it clearly? Because the system depends on it. It depends on tired decisions. It depends on end-of-day choices. It depends on money being organized under pressure. The later you decide, the more predictable you become. And predictability is profitable, just not for you. That friction point is where most people think they're failing. In reality, they're just paying the cost of an invisible design. It's not lack of discipline. It's excess friction in the wrong place. And while that friction exists, any attempt to change your life turns into isolated effort inside a collective machine. Now, pull the camera back. Zoom out. See the system from above, like a map. Money enters. Money is separated. Money is used. No emotion. No guilt. No motivational speeches. At this level, something important shifts. Debt stops being shame and becomes a position inside the flow. Work stops being only effort and becomes the source of the flow. Risk stops being impulse and becomes leverage calculation. Once you understand this, organizing money stops being emotional. It becomes logistical. Not "I'll try," not "I hope," but this comes first. This comes after. The system itself doesn't change. Nothing magical happens overnight. But now, instead of reacting at the end of the month, you decide at the beginning. This is where many people feel something strange, relief, because they realize they were never incapable. And discomfort, because they see how long they tried to beat a machine without ever looking at the control panel. This is the moment when 2026 stops being a promise and becomes a position. Not a perfect year, not a dramatic transformation, but a year organized the right way. The system isn't evil. It wasn't designed to hurt you. It was designed to function. And it functions extremely well without needing to be explained. That's why so many intelligent, disciplined, hardworking people still feel lost. Not because they failed, but because they played a game without ever seeing the board. When you understand the system, it stops feeling oppressive. It becomes predictable, and anything predictable can be organized. Changing your life in 2026 doesn't require luck. It doesn't require heroic courage. It doesn't require becoming a different person. It requires just one shift. Stop treating money as morality and start treating it as structure. The system is still there. The gears are still spinning. The difference is that now you know where to stand. And when you understand the system, it stops controlling you and becomes just another tool. If this made you see money differently, you already